Previously on Dysfunctional Parrot.
Sagi Kalev is chomping at the bit for a Body Beast 2.
There will never be a Body Beast 2. You hear me? Never!
And now, the conclusion.
Sagi Kalev returned in 2017 with a Beachbody on-demand exclusive, A Week of Hard Labor, or as we say in Canada, labour. Prior to that, we were baptized by fire with his debut Body Beast in 2012. And since then, I desperately wanted a Body Beast 2. I pleaded for it. I was ready to sacrifice anything to get it. Goat, chicken, whatever. But instead of a grand, baked-to-perfection beastly sequel, we got...
I told you.
While absolutely a good series, Week of Hard Labor is really the Diet Coke version of what we were hoping for. And it wasn't the first time Beachbody threw us a curveball. A couple of years earlier in 2015, word was out that Sagi was in studio, only to discover that the end result was Hammer and Chisel, a joint venture with Autumn Calabrese. Many at the time, and by many I mean those insufferable coaches, said this was technically the new Body Beast 2. Well, it wasn't, and so that brings us here. Week of Hard Labor is only 5 days, so technically it's more of a work week of hard labor. No doubt my kosher homeboy, Sagi, properly observes the Sabbath, unlike other week-long programs which are clearly designed by uncircumcised Philistines. You know who you are. To fill the gap in 2024, we got a 100% all-natural and absolutely not juiced in any way Shaun T filling the gap with Dig Deeper. It was great, but I want my Sagi TV. However, if Body Beast Light is what we have, then Body Beast Light is what we're going to get. So in keeping with his tradition of speaking in the third person about getting huge canyons, Sagi now demands we enter the Beast's cave and get what's coming to us. So what do you get with Week of Hard Labor? Well, hard copy DVDs are so early 2000s, so instead we endure a monthly bill from Beachbody On Demand, another notch in our current subscription-based hell. For equipment, you will need weights, preferably in the mid to high end range for your body type. Next would be a pull-up bar, and last I would advise using a decent workout bench with an incline option. I know the modifier uses a stability ball as a substitute, but if that Chinese-made hunk of rubber decides to give up the ghost or slide away while you're holding a set of beastie weights, then a painful lesson in Newtonian physics might be the last thing you remember. I just love chest and back workouts, even going all the way back to the original P90X. Something about pull-ups and push-ups feels right and pure, like those exercises alone could propel me to heights of greatness. Sagi's new chest and back is comprised of 3 complexes of presses and lat pullovers, incline presses and one-arm rows, and finally closed grip presses, push-ups, pull-ups, and reverse flies. No longer do we dabble in light, medium, heavy, now we go straight to the medium, heavy, then Sagi demands we unleash the beast with 6 reps of heavy plus. The moves are basic, but the work is hard. This is probably one of the better chest and back routines out there because there's none of that one-legged nonsense that really doesn't improve results. And I do love it when Sagi grabs 2 100-pound dumbbells and complains there's nothing heavier. Remind me not to cut that guy off in traffic. Good leg workouts are hard to come by these days as most focus on plyometric style training. Not today. Instead, we assault our pillars with squat sequences, lunges, and calves. If you're anything like me, and my condolences if you are, then it might take a couple rounds to get this workout to a point where you can really increase that weight to serious numbers. Some of the sequences get a little complicated, and keeping up can be an issue. With core, you might want to forego a big breakfast until after this workout, unless you feel like seeing it twice. With core, we move between crunches and planks with a workout that's sure to leave no core stone unturned. The pace is just right, so keeping up won't be a problem. Time to build those canyons, shoulder, biceps, and triceps. To be specific, with supersets and giant sets of shoulder raises, hammer curls, bicep curls, skull crushers, kickbacks, and tricep pull-downs. It's the core moves that any bodybuilder would approve of, and that's why I love you, Sagi, baby.
I'm not his baby, I'm his beast.
I need to mention that with hard labor, the on-screen prompts give you an easy heads up for what's in store, because Beachbody had not yet decided to save on production costs to remove it. Shoulders and arms remains true to being a simple workout that focuses on lifting big and not getting too fancy. Expect this one to be on the favorites list for getting your guns ready for the show.
You just made the list!
The only problem with this workout might be the timing in the schedule. Only the day before did we get decimated with shoulders and arms, so the odds of being at 100% are pretty slim. The good thing is that moves are not constantly beating the same muscles as there is a lot of ground to cover, or an easy fix would be to just swap this with core. See? What would you do without me? Complex sequences see to it that super heavy weights are not needed here. Total body follows a sequence that goes up for 5 rounds, then does those same 5 rounds in reverse. We have deadlifts, rows, decline push-ups, lateral raises, and a squat curl, squat press combo. And then we do it all over again in reverse.
How neat is that?
The weights remain light to medium to accommodate the fast variety, particularly during the combo. Expect cardio activity just due to a whole lot of muscles needing oxygen. For those clawing at Beachbody's door for a sequel to Body Beast, a week of hard labor might be enough raw human flesh to keep the undead hordes occupied until Sagi puts together something along the lines of a full-featured Body Beast 2, which, I have to admit, I'm starting to think is never going to happen. But there are glimmers of hope that pop up every now and then. As I recently discovered, it seems back in 2021, that Sagi apparently got seriously poisoned with toxins while working on his home. And as anyone who can remember Tony Horton's Ramsay Hunt syndrome trial, severe physical ailments take a while to bounce back from. Sagi said he was approached by Beachbody, but he wants to be back at what he considers 150% before doing it, and that's fair enough. But that was 4 years ago, and still we wait. As a community service, if you know anything more, please comment below. While not being a full-fledged program, a week of hard labor is tailor-made to please anyone looking to lift big to mix up their Body Beast schedule. It's also excellent at morphing into a hybrid with just about any other workout program out there. And as an added bonus, true men can regain their rightful place as protectors and progenitors after being so cruelly emasculated by UV2.
Hi there!
Sagi is a decent fellow as a trainer and is much less verbally harsh on his cast than in Body Beast, where Mrs. Parrott lovingly referred to him as Butthead. I see a ring on his finger now, so I'm guessing Mrs. Beast has tamed the savage soul. A good woman can do that. There are times when he seems to miss cues, but that has more to do with getting a product to the online streaming market fast, at the expense of rehearsing for months. Some might be concerned about running time given the desire for everything to be around 30 minutes these days. But I have to point out that decent strength training cannot truly be accomplished in a mere half hour, so I am grateful a little additional time was taken so that warm-ups and cool-downs could take place and still get enough left for some great iron pumping. I give Week of Hard Labor a must-try. If it had a few more workouts, it might even fill that beastly void nicely, but for now, we can enjoy what can be viewed as technically Body Beast 1.5, with the hope a solid 2.0 is still in the pipeline.